once again, wrestling fans. Michael St. John, we're at ringside. MCW, we're here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena for a big card of action that you're going to be seeing today right here on Channel 58. Before we get into that, I want to remind you all the big action coming up tonight at the Fairgrounds. If you want to be a part of our TV taping, want to be a part of MCW, now the fastest growing wrestling organization in America, we want you to be right here with us each and every week. The stars are out tonight. We'll have all the action coming up for you right here on Channel 58 right after these words. We'll be right back with the action.
How you doing, wrestling fans? Bert Prentice here. On behalf of Music City Wrestling, before we get into today's program, we'd like to thank the over 800 people who came to the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena last Saturday night to see the fabulous February reunion. It was one of the most incredible nights in the history of Music City Wrestling. Why, King Mabel even showed up. And a big surprise brought out by the Colorado Kid, the Moondogs were there. The Rock and Roll Express came out to a standing ovation. Frenchy Riviera, what a surprise that was. The icon Dirty Dutch Mantel tried to give a wrestling lesson to Nick Dinsmore. I think Dutch Mantel was taught the lesson afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing like seeing Music City Wrestling live. Thanks for the memories of last Saturday night, and hopefully we'll see you tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena, because it's going to be even bigger, if you can imagine that, tonight in Nashville.
Commercial as the Moondogs are in the ring. Six-man tag action.
The craziest idiots on the planet, the Moondogs are here.
They are teaming with the Colorado Kid against Terry Golden, Brickhouse Brown, and Flanagan, and the Moondogs are going to work. Looks like old Colorado Kid's taking a page out of the Moondogs book.
You can't hurt the Moondogs. They're idiots.
And he's got that big old watch tub, that number 9 tub. And he is going to town. There's nobody in the ring right now but the referee. They're holding up Brickhouse Brown and the Moondogs and the Colorado Kid taking the measure. But now you see Terry Golden taking over on the Colorado Kid. I don't think this match will ever end up in the ring, Billy Joe Travis.
Well, look at the Moondogs. Those guys have been idiots for their whole life.
Well, they are impervious to pain. I have seen the Moondogs in some of the...
You can't hurt them, Michael. You can't hurt those idiots.
I have seen them in some of the most vicious matches in the world of professional wrestling. I saw them on a scaffold one time. I know they had to fall 3 stories, and they got up and finished the match. Well, Brickhouse Brown taking the fight to the Moondogs. Flanagan kicking away. I'll tell you, I don't know where they live. But quite frankly, if I knew where they lived, I wouldn't be anywhere close to them, because these guys, they are crazy when it comes to being in the ring. And when you try to talk to them in the dressing room, there's no way.
Well, they don't speak English for one thing, and I got to let them expose. I'll tell you where they live, in the scums. They even have an outhouse. They're the common people. I like Billy Joe.
We're letting the pictures tell the story in this match, because this was scheduled to be a 6-man tag battle from the get-go, and the Moondogs have come in and they have just wreaked havoc. There you see Flanagan. He has been lacerated, and I'm sure that big steel tub was the culprit in that situation, but he's working over the Colorado Kid right now in the corner. And the other Moondog, there you see Terry Golden with the big Moondog. Quite frankly, I've never known how to call them by name. I know there was Spot and Rex and so forth and so on, but quite frankly...
I just call them the dogs. That's what they are, stinking dogs.
Right now.
Stinking scummy dogs.
It is just a Pier 6 brawl here on MCW. This match really started before we had the opportunity to get back on the air, and right now it is just a Pier 6 brawl. There's just action everywhere. You don't know where to call the action.
Well, it should be another disqualification, because they brought in a number 5 wash tub, what they eat their food out of.
A number 5 wash tub.
That's exactly right.
Well, I knew it was a number something wash tub, but oh my goodness. There's one for Brickhouse Brown.
You can't hurt Brickhouse's head.
Look at that big Moondog. Holy cow. And now, actually, Terry Golden, the arena has been rid, if you would. There's a big trash can being thrown into the melee here. Well, the crowd has been on their feet this whole match. And the Moondogs just came in here and raised havoc.
Well, they should be suspended before they even got started. Look at that.
I don't know if you can see it. The Moondogs are throwing the restraining barricades at the dressing room door in the back of the arena here at the fairgrounds. They're making their way back into the ring, but quite frankly, I think this match it's just out of hand.
They don't want to make Billy Joe mad. He might have to get up and go in the ring and whip all three of them.
Well, fans, I don't know what to say. You've just seen.
Just be known to all them punks back there in that back room.
There's the Colorado kid. He has a score to settle for sure.
Michael, I can't believe he went out and got those two big fat idiots. They are crazy.
Well, they have certainly made their impression today here on MCW. We're going to take a break.
Well, you better take a break because I'm getting... Oh, I can't even talk, Michael. I'm so upset.
Well, we'll take this break, and maybe you can regain your senses. Hopefully, we'll get order restored, and we'll be back after this.
Okay, wrestling fans, it's all going to happen tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena.
Nashville, Tennessee. Happy Valentine's Day. You should have been there last week. If you wasn't, you missed out because I had the Moondogs there. But now this week, y'all need to be there. Bring your sweethearts down because it's going to be a sweetheart deal. Me and Flash Flanagan's going to be in the ring. And you know how this guy's been running down there and hit me from behind. I can't wait to get my hands on him. And tonight, it's a one-on-one match. Flash Flanagan, I hope you're ready. And everybody come on down there. I'm going to be handing out roses at the door for the first 100 ladies that come on down. So about 9 hours away, Flash, I know you're scared, and you better be, because I'm going to be there, and all my fans are going to be there. Can't wait to see you.
Back to action here on MCW. Michael St. John along with Terry Golden, and in the ring, King Mabel, 500-plus pounds against Jason Perry. And Terry, I'm going to let you talk about this one, because if I'm in Jason Perry's shoes, quite frankly, I don't know quite what to do in this one.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the best part of Jason Perry's match is over. He walked to the ring, and Mabel's fixing to stomp his brains out. You know, when you're in the ring with a man that's over 500 pounds, that's like looking up at one of them big oak trees, and you're standing there with a little 2-inch axe, and you got to chop it down, and you either can or you can't. And from what I can see right now, Jason Perry, you can't. I'm sorry, son.
Former WWF champion, former king of the ring in Mabel. And I'll tell you, everybody has had a challenge in their life where you just have to go in against unbelievable odds and do your very best. Well, right now, you've got Jason Perry in there that is probably up against the most incredible odds he's ever had in the man. And when I say the man, boy, I can tell you, the man and a half in King Mabel.
Give the devil his due. You got to give the kid credit for walking out here. But will he walk out?
Well, at least King Mabel didn't play with him. He just took the victory home. King Mabel making easy work of Jason Perry. More MCW wrestling action is still to come.
Saturday, April 4th at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, MCW presents the Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Card, a tribute to one of the greatest pioneers in professional wrestling. Help us celebrate the life of Tojo Yamamoto with Nashville's hottest wrestling lineup ever. The Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Card, Saturday, April 4th at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena.
Mr. Doug Gilbert, you think you're pretty smart, don't you, boy? Want to challenge us to a chair match? Believe me, are you really that stupid? Yeah. Do you know who you have challenged? You've challenged the chairman of the board to a chair match. Don't you know this is going to be a Valentine's Day massacre? I mean, we all know women don't like you, and you're going to bring that silly punk that calls himself the North American champion, Wolfie, I can't get a date D, is going to come down to the match and think he's going to be swinging a chair. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm a heavy hitter when it comes to swinging a chair, or I wouldn't be teamed up with the chairman of the board. Now, I've been in some pretty bloody fights in my time, pretty mean battles, but down and dirty and with chairs swinging just like baseball bats, this is one of the most brutalest matches anyone could ever sign. This is far more dangerous than a cage match, because in a cage you may just take a fist or two. But when you've got a chair being hurled at you, probably at 100 miles an hour, that stings. That's going to leave a mark. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after me and the chairman of the board leave you two punks laying down in the middle of the ring, we're going to enter ourselves in the most marvelous water sports known to man. After this match, we're going to be swimming in money. We're going to be bathing in good fortune. And with it being Valentine's Day, all the ladies in Nashville are wanting to dive into our pool of passion. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I give you the chairman of the board of the Tennessee Volunteers, Stephen Dunn.
Reno, you make it all sound real good and real pretty, but let me tell you something, boys. There's 4 chairs out there, but nobody's going to need more than 2 because me and Reno are going to be the ones that get our hands on them. And let me tell you something, Doug Gilbert, you're talking about throwing fire. Well, let me tell you something. You can't throw no fire when you're laying flat on your back. Now, everybody's seen what I can do with a chair. Everybody's seen us take these tag team titles. And tonight in Nashville, baby, it's going to be just like this. It's going to be just like it has been. There's going to be 2 guys laying right there in the middle of the ring, beaten, bloody, and done. And I can guarantee you this, Reno, it ain't going to be us. Because you know why?
Why is that?
Because when you're the greatest tag team in wrestling today, they don't just call you a great tag team. What do they call you, Reno?
The Tennessee Volunteers.
That's right, baby. Beat us if you can.
North American heavyweight champion Wolfie D in the ring, doing battle with Derek King. I'll tell you, this guy looks like a junior Chris Rock. And quite frankly, Derek King's wrestling career has not taken over. For a while there, he was going into the world of management, if you would, with wrestlers, and it looked like his career was a little better off. But now, he's in the ring against the man who's at the top of his game right now, and you see why. Wolfie D.
Wolfie D, Wolfie D. That's what everybody's got to be proud of right there. Wolfie D. What a man, what a man. You look at Wolfie D, and this is the only person he could find to put his title up against.
Well, he took the title away from the one and only Terry Golden a few weeks ago, and quite frankly, he's been a wrestling champion. Derek King, just like anyone else, getting his shot here too. Look at this. Oh boy, there's a reverse neck breaker, and Derek King goes to the floor. I'll be shocked to see if he gets up out of this one.
Derek King's going to be a great young talent in this sport, and I'll put my money on Derek tonight. As far as Wolfie D is, he hadn't shown me nothing because as far as I know, I got hit in the head by a hubcap, and we all know who steals the hubcaps in Nashville, and Flanagan swung the hubcap. Flash dropped the ball, like I said earlier, and look at your big champion. This is your people's champion, and boy, he's really impressing me tonight if he beats Derek King.
You mentioned Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where you have wrestling action tonight on Saturday nights at the Fairgrounds Arena in Nashville, one of the premier spots for professional wrestling in the country. Big card of action. We invite you to get out and see it. For you folks that see the show a week or 2 later here in MCW, we want to bring you all the action of MCW, and the show is syndicated nationwide, and from time to time we will talk about the action in Nashville, Tennessee, but we can assure you the action you see in Nashville, even though the date may have passed since that show that we are talking about has gone on, we don't want you to miss a moment of the action. Here's why. Because we have that kind of action. Wolfie D, the North American heavyweight champion, making short work of Derek King. We just want you to enjoy all the action here on MCW, and we've got more to come right after these messages.
What are you doing? I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. You call this a champion? 185 pounds soaking wet. Wolfie D, there is no way in the world she could fit my shoulders to the mat. I'm willing to put my coveted King of the Ring title up just for a shot at your belt. What do you say? Put up or shut up, punk.
You don't have to do this. You know, I know that I don't have to do this. But as everybody knows, I'm a fighting champion. And I'm not gonna turn you down. If you want some of me, why don't you bring your big, saggy, 12 sandwich eating cellulite butt and come on in here, baby.
the next time that I'm back here, I can... Wait a minute. You're so big and bad? Let's do it tonight, right here. Let's do it for these people right here. Is that okay with you? I mean, if you're going to accept this challenge, the hell with waiting for next week. Let's do it tonight. That's what I say. Why don't you bring your ass on, King Mabel? Because I'm here and ain't nothing between us but fear and your fear, baby. We'll do it tonight.
Hey, come on the road with Music City Wrestling this Friday.
Welcome into Music City Wrestling. It's MCW. I'm Michael St. John, and joining me today at ringside is none other than the sweet music man, Billy Joe Travis. And what a match do we have. What a match. In the ring right now, the North American champion. There you see Wolfie D up against the 500-plus pound giant. I'm talking about King Mabel. He carries that King of the Ring belt around to this day. He's put the belt up against the North American title of Wolfie D right here, right now, today on MCW.
Well, Michael, get ready to see a new champion right here today on Music City Wrestling. Wolfie D, you've bit off a little more than you can chew, punk.
It has been a conversation piece, if you can call it that. I don't know if it's really a conversation, but it has been the story on the World Wide Web at www.mcewrestling.com. The matchup between these two, Wolfie D of PG-13, the North American champion, and King Mabel. You know, I got to ask you, Billy Joe Travis, I know you know King Mabel inside and out, if you would. I know you've talked to him in the dressing room. You've ridden up and down the roads with him. You've flown with him on airplanes. You have seen him in action. I can't recall you battling King Mabel, but I do know for a fact that you know what makes this man tick. If you had to go against King Mabel in the ring and you had a belt on the line, how would you approach this match?
First of all, let me tell you what makes King Mabel tick. Title belts. The North American title belt is what's making him tick. He told me right before this match, Michael, that he will come in there and he will take that belt in less than 10 minutes. You don't mess with a 500-pound man.
Is he beatable, Billy Joe?
Well, take a look at him, Michael. Do you think he is?
I'll tell you, I don't know what could beat him, but right now, Wolfie D is taking the fight right to the man.
The only way Wolfie D can take care of King Mabel is get him off his feet. When you're on the mat, both of you are on the mat. Both of you are the same size.
A good point by the sweet music man, Billy Joe Travis, and that is exactly what Wolfie D did. He took him off his feet. He's back to his feet now. He's trying to get him off again. Those continued drop kicks, and Mabel just taking the fire and the spark away from Wolfie D.
Well, Michael, he's just too big. 500 pounds, and he's strong as an ox. Take a look at this slam. Press slam.
Press slam high over the head. King Mabel ramming Wolfie D back into the canvas. And he's going with the elbow slash, smash, drop, missed. Wolfie D recounting.
The only thing Wolfie's got going for him is his speed, Mike.
Well, right there, you caught him. You caught him. He caught him off guard. He had to because King Mabel didn't know it was coming, and down he went.
You don't see King Mabel on the mat very often like that.
And Mabel comes back. There's a choke. A blatant choke on Wolfie D.
Wow.
And a choke slam, and down goes the North American champion.
But you know, I got to give the devil his due. You know, Wolfie D is he's been a great champion. He's defended that belt several occasions, and I'm going to give him his due, Mike. He's been a good champion, but he never faced Billy Joe. I can beat any man at any time. The best right-handed wrestling, Billy Joe Travis.
And right there, Wolfie D puts it on Big King Mabel, and look at that move out of the ring. Wolfie D caught him on Mabel, is on the floor, and he is down on the floor.
Wow, I can't believe this. This is, wow.
I gotta tell you, I have had my doubts all week long, knowing that this matchup was coming on, and Wolfie D is taking the battle right here, right now, to Big King Mabel, slams his head into the apron, and he is right now taking the measure of the 550-pound plus King Mabel. And I gotta say, with each punch and with each advantage, Wolfie D gets closer to winning this match.
Well, this should be a disqualification right now with a chair. Oh,
The match getting out of hand. Wolfie D obviously aware of the fact that he's got to neutralize this size disadvantage. And he is battling the big man, gonna sling him into the, oh my goodness. Wolfie D, that right shoulder was injured in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania back before Christmas. Oh my goodness. As he took that chair and slammed it across the head.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
But there's no need.
No need. Wolfie D hit him first.
Wolfie D took the chair, and quite frankly, I didn't agree with that. He was trying to get things on an equal playing ground, but a big man with a chair, I mean, that would be like putting a stick in the hand of Big Mabel. What would Mabel need with a stick?
You need a bulldozer with King Mabel.
It looked like a bulldozer rammed it. Uh-oh, he's got the hubcap, and he just nailed him with the hubcap. This match is getting out of control.
Another disqualification.
The referee calling for the bell.
Come on, referee!
Pounding King Mabel with that hubcap. Pillar to post. He's following him right down the aisle. This match is out of control. We'll get the disqualification. And Wolfie D.
Should be a disqualification.
He took the battle to the man, Wolfie D.
Yeah, he took the battle to the man with a hubcap in the chair.
Disqualification. Wolfie D is a count out.
Double count out.
New champion.
Both men retain their belts.
Oh, a double count out. Well, we'll be back with more on MCW right after this.
Saturday, April 4th at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, MCW presents the Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Card, a tribute to one of the greatest pioneers in professional wrestling. Help us celebrate the life of Tojo Yamamoto with Nashville's hottest wrestling lineup ever. The Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Card, Saturday, April 4th at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena.
Okay, wrestling fans, it's all going to happen tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena.
Fans, tonight at the fairgrounds right here in Nashville, history will be made. For the first time ever in the history of wrestling, the main event will have no referee. We know that. But in each corner will be a metal chair. The combatants will be the Tennessee Volunteers. They'll take on Wolfie D and Dangerous Doug Gilbert. Wolfie, this has to be the most dangerous match in the history of wrestling.
Very dangerous match, Michael. But you know what? You've seen me in all kinds of dangerous matches. Scaffolds, cages, ladder matches. I've been there. This is one that I've never been in. This is one I've never even heard of, Michael. 4 chairs on each corner post of the ring. No referee in the ring. Boy, do I really like the sound of that, because that means I can walk up and grab me a chair and split that chair right over your head, Stephen Dunn, or I can walk over and grab the other one and sling it all the way over at you, Reno Riggins, and bust you right in the head, and nobody's gonna care. That's right. Tonight, what happens when you get the North American Heavyweight Champion, Wolfie D? And what happens when you get the IWA Japan Champion, Dangerous Doug Gilbert, in the ring at the same time with no referee against 2 goofballs calling themselves the Tennessee Volunteers? I'm going to tell you what you get. You get mayhem. You get blood. You get violence. So, people, if you want to come out and see one hell of an ass-kicking, I want you to come tonight to the Nashville Fairgrounds and watch Dangerous Doug and Wolfie D take care of business. And by the way, Dangerous Doug told me to send a little message. He don't care if it's raining in Nashville. He don't care if it's snowing. If you know what I mean, he said it's going to be real hot in Nashville tonight.
History will be made tonight, the Fairgrounds Arena, Nashville, Tennessee. See you there. Ready for action, and back with you, Michael St. John and Terry Golden. I'll tell you, if there is ever a dichotomy in professional wrestling, this is it. The male model, Frenchy Riviera, at 451 plus pounds against Styling Shane Eaton. And Styling Shane coming in at about 210. I'll tell you, I've heard of a weight advantage, but this is a weight mismatch.
I don't know what in the world you would call this. You know what? I see one side of the ring, Frenchy Riviera, awesome athlete, great talent. Needs to be in the ring. I look to the other side and I see a little greasy spot, needs to be stepped on and squashed and thrown plumb out in the back. If the boy would get off his mind shaking his little tail like a little woman, and if he put as much prestige into brushing that front tooth he's missing, instead of his little dancing, he might look a little better and learn how to wrestle. But as far as I'm concerned, he needs to go to the dentist and get his little butt back to the back and go find something better to do.
Right now they lock up collar and elbow. The words of Terry Golden, of course, not the opinion of MCW, but the opinion of Terry Golden. Here's Frenchy Riviera. Oh, missed him with that clothesline. Styling Shane got him with a drop kick. Goes one more time. That staggers Frenchy. Let's see, can he take him off his feet? You better believe it. Third time charm, and Frenchy down on the floor and into the crowd.
When you got a man that big, it's going to take a lot more than that little boy to take him off his feet than just one little drop kick. He may be doing a little good job right now, but I tell you what, in a couple of minutes, when Frenchy turns the heat up on him, there's going to be more snagging in that top lip on Shane Eden, I'll tell you that.
Without a doubt, we know that Frenchy Riviera can, if you will, throw his weight around, but the fact of the matter is Styling Shane Eden has done a fine job since coming to WCW in establishing himself as a good tactician wrestler in the ring.
Well, son, I think you better pay attention to where you're sitting at. This is MCW, and Styling Shane Eden hadn't showed me squat. So obviously, you're in the same class as him. You're lost. You need to get your hearing aid fixed. He needs to get his tooth fixed. Maybe y'all can get a tooth or somewhere.
Well, I'll say this much, with the crowd as excited as they are tonight here on MCW, it is one phenomenal event, and there you see Styling Shane taking the advantage right away from the big man, Frenchy Riviera, and Styling Shane. He's taking the fight right to Frenchy, and if he's got a chance to win this match, this is what he's got to do. He's got to wear the big man down.
I'll have to agree with that, but that right there is what they don't have to do. His little dancing, prancing, shaking his little butt is only going to cost him what it's going to do.
Whoa! He may have knocked him out. Frenchy Riviera's head got snapped back into the turnbuckle, and he is staggered and onto the floor again.
If you ask me, I think you just him off. That's what I think he did. He's fixing to slide back in there and take the little pretzel to school.
Frenchy Riviera making his way back into the ring here on MCW. By the way, if you want to take a look at what's going on throughout the area and what's going on in MCW, check out our website on the World Wide Web, www.mcwrestling.com, for all the latest news and views and up close and personal comments by each and every one of the wrestlers here in MCW, including my colleague tonight at ringside, Terry Golden.
Well, at least you got my name right tonight. At least you got one thing right. And now what I'm talking about is starting to happen. Take him to school, Frenchy. Knock that other tooth out.
Frenchy Riviera putting the head of Styling Shane into the buckle. Boy, he whacked him that time. In fact, you could hear the crowd here.
That's what we need, Frenchy. See, now, if the kid wasn't shaking his butt, sitting in the front lady's lap in the front row and taking care of business when he needed to be, he might not be in this predicament. But so, you know what? That's what you get. You see, he's learning a big lesson right now. And St. John's, you just sat here, son, I'll carry you through this, and maybe I can teach you a little something while we're out here today, too.
A phenomenal back body drop by the big man, Frenchy Riviera, on Styling Shane, and that may have taken a little out of him. But I am very surprised that Frenchy is not moving right in, going for the kill, if you would, to try to close this young man out. Because the young man, Shane Eden, has shown before that he can take a lot of punishment and come right back in a match like this. Now a reversal by Frenchy. Whoa! Power slam, that may do it. 1, 2, 3. He got him. Did he get him? Wait a minute.
He got him. He got him. He pinned him.
He got a second. What is this?
There. That's class right there.
No,
that's
these
class.
are volunteers.
That's the volunteers. Stephen Dunn, he's fired up. Setting on ready. Looks like go time.
Reno Riggins backing off Frenchy Riviera.
Get him some more help.
And Reno Riggins and Steve Dunn are going to work on Styling Shane Eden. Frenchy Riviera.
Right. We need to get some Billy Joe. Somebody else come out and help him kick his face in. We need a little more help out
right
here.
At him. Look at this. Reno Riggins backing Frenchy off again, as it looks like Steve Dunn and Reno want to take care of Shane on their own now. Whoa, look at this. Some words between Reno Riggins and Frenchy Riviera. I don't know if we caught that. Looks like Frenchy is getting a little upset in the ring.
Frenchy just needs to take care of business and stand there and shut up.
Whoa, look at this! What has gotten into Frenchy Riviera? He's going to work on the volunteers himself. Gotta bring them together. Whoa, they're going right after him now.
I have seen it all. Here comes thunder from down under.
Frenchy Riviera, double clothesline. Frenchy Riviera is actually helping the man that he was just in the match with, Styling Shane Eden. What a turn of events. It looked as if Styling Shane was going to be manhandled by the volunteers. volunteers and Frenchy Riviera. There was some words with Reno, Riggins, and Frenchy. And whoa, we have got something new and unique here at MCW. Let's take this break. We'll be back to sort things out after this. Wow.
Tonight in Nashville, you're going to see me, Styling Shane Eden, take on Brickhouse Brown. Now, when I get in there, it's going to be simple. 1, 2, 3, and me out of the ring and dancing and going on where the party's at. And that's in Nashville, Music City Wrestling. Y'all come see me, because I'm going to party hardy all over you, Brickhouse Brown.
Hey, come on the road with Music City Wrestling this Friday night.
You know, Shane Eden, when you dance yourself down to the ring tonight, let me tell you what you in store for, fool. It's gonna be some thumping, it's gonna be some bumping, and some stumping you upside your nappy head. Cause I'm here in Music City Wrestling to make a name for myself, because I've been out of pocket a long time. And sucker, just because you up for Rookie of the Year, you think you gonna use me for a stepping stone, Brickhouse Brown? Well, let me tell you one thing, sucker. When you come down to that ring tonight, you better be prepared for the fight of your life. Because, see, I don't take it to young punks like you coming in trying to make a name for themselves against me. So I'm going to show you what time it is. You better look at your watch, fool, because you don't have no idea. You better slap slop from that promoter's mouth for what you in store for tonight, because I'm going to be all over you like a cheap pair of boots, sucker.
Hope you're enjoying all the action here on MCW, and we'll catch it when it comes to your hometown. MCW Wrestling coming to North Alabama, Muscle Shoals, Alabama real soon. Also to Arab, Alabama, Dixon, Tennessee, Lebanon, Tennessee, coming to Harrodsburg, Kentucky, and Hopkinsville, Kentucky in the near future. When you see the banner of MCW, it's wrestling for the 21st century.
You know, what you're seeing right now is pure perfection. Dutch Mantel. When you look in the dictionary under wrestling, you see Dutch Mantel's picture.
As much as I hate to admit it, especially something you say, Billy Joe Travis.
And I'm right next to him.
Right now, Nick Dinsmore is getting a lesson in technique, but look at this. Dinsmore blocked him and fires back.
He throws the fist. Yeah, he fires back. Look at that.
He's got Dutch rocked. He's got Dutch rocked in the corner.
Come on, Dutch.
Here's Dinsmore, gonna bring him across the ropes into the turnbuckle across the way. Dinsmore may have gone in a little too quickly. Again, a rookie mistake, and Dinsmore finds himself on the canvas.
You bet, a little too quickly. You don't underestimate the heart of Dutch Mantel.
Nick Dinsmore, the youngster. What's Derek King doing? Derek King, who came to the ring with Dutch Mantel, is climbing the ropes. Referee Gene Johnson is trying to take care of that situation.
What he's doing, he's telling the referee that the people are throwing things at him.
Oh, what he's telling the referee is that, hey, he's distracting the referee. Let's just call it as we see it. He's distracting the referee to give his man, Dutch Mantel, an advantage.
What you see? Are you calling me a liar? I'm getting tired of you each week calling Billy Joe a liar.
Let's just say we see things through a different eye. I see it more towards how the fans are seeing it on their television sets at home, and you see it more through the eyes of the sweet music man, Billy Joe Travis.
Well, that's exactly right, but when you look in the dictionary under Angel, you see Billy Joe's picture.
Angel?
That's right.
Under Angel, I see your picture. So what's this rumor about you doing an album with Janet Jackson?
That's exactly right. Billy Joe has just signed a major contract with Miss Janet Jackson. We're going to do a little duet, and Michael Jackson, yes, I said it, and I'm representing him. Michael Jackson will produce the album. Thank you so much.
Now, did you just dream this up? Because I know the manager of Janet Jackson.
Michael, do you remember a few years back when you read a letter from Paula Abdul on national TV that Paula Abdul was passing through and wanted to talk to Billy Joe? She heard me singing in a club and wanted to meet me.
Well, I did see a letter. I don't know if it came from Paula. I read it.
You read it.
I saw it. I read it, but I don't know where the letter came from.
Came from her.
Okay.
And she fell in love with me, too.
So that's why she left her husband for you, right?
So?
Nick Dinsmore right there with a kick to the midsection of Dutch Mantel. Mantel coming back. Here comes Dinsmore firing back with forearms. And Nick Dinsmore, this young man, taking the fight right to the veteran, right to the icon. And right now, the cranium of the icon being worked over by Nick Dinsmore.
Come on, Dutch!
This match is, we're running short on our TV time. Oh,
see, that's a rookie mistake, Michael. Rookie mistake. It's all over with.
He set Dutch Mantel up for the flying drop kick. Now Mantel giving the sign that he's going to clothesline him, and down goes Dinsmore. 1, 2. Did he get it? No! Nick Dinsmore got the shoulder up at the count of 2.5.
It would have been 3 if that idiot referee would have counted 3.
Our TV time about to run out in this match. Dutch Mantel, short clothesline again. Dinsmore down, 1, 2, 3, that should be, look at that. Look at that.
45 seconds, 45 seconds.
Dutch, you're running out of time. Come on, baby. Get this over with so we can go have a cold beverage. It's all over with.
Dutch Mantel going for a scoop slam. He's got him caught in a small package. Where's the referee? Where's the referee?
Ooh, that was so close. Come on, Dutch.
Again, Derek King may have caught the attention of the referee, distracted him long enough so he did not see that roll-up by Nick Dinsmore.
Cover him, Dutch. There it is. 1,
Dutch for the cover.
2.
1, 2, 3. Near pin again. That's 3 times. Billy Joe Travis goes for the 4th. Did not get it. Dutch cannot put the man away.
Hold it, Dutch.
The crowd is counting it down.
2,
1 in this match.
The time limit has expired.
Give him 5 more minutes, Michael. Give him 5 more. Give him 30 more seconds.
The problem is we have a problem here on TV with the time. The time limit has expired in this match, and the match is a draw.
I cannot believe that guy took Dutch Mantel to a draw. That young punk.
What a feather in the cap for young Nick Dinsmore. A time limit draw against the icon, Dutch Mantel.
Look how upset Dutch is.
Let me say one thing, kid. I've wrestled a lot of guys in this business. And I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say that you give me a hell of a fight. You didn't back down. You didn't back up. And the shortest distance is a straight line. And you're up for Rookie of the Year, and I can see why. Kid, you got a big future in the wrestling business. I'm gonna tell you that right now. A big future. And I've helped a lot of guys in this profession. I helped The Undertaker. I helped Sid Vicious. I helped Stone Cold Steve Austin. And brother, let me tell you, at this point in your career right now, you're not as big as they are, but you damn sure are ahead of them in progress. So listen, I want to shake your hand. Give me like that. Hey, if you don't want to shake it, that's fine. But listen, you got a good future, kid.
Dutch Mantel, after congratulating Nick Dinsmore, attacked him as he went to shake his hand.
Well, that's what you call a seasoned veteran. Do it, Dutch pile drive.
Dutch pile driving Nick Dinsmore. Now, that's no way for an icon to act. What is this?
He is just showing this man what professional wrestling is all about. Go back home to where you came from, punk.
Well, he certainly Pearl Harbored this young man. That's the icon, Dutch Mantel. That young man, he does have a bright future. But he's not going to have it at the hands of Dutch Mantel if Dutch can do anything about it, as he tried to just decommission him right then and there.
Put him out of action, Dutch. That's what I like to see. That's what you call wrestling.
Now, as they attend to Nick Dinsmore, we'll be back with more on MCW right after these messages.